So, latest rumours are we are getting Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Aaron Ramsey. Give me a break. This is the Toon review. Hi everyone, I'm Paul. Welcome to another episode of the Toon review. And basically, like I said in the intro there, just some very, very bizarre links to our club. But I'll come to that a bit later on. Just going to go through the fixtures, takeover talk, players linked with the club, and then a little bit at the end about comments that Jamal Lascelles made in an interview, I think it was this morning, which has got me a little bit confused. But anyway, the fixtures came out yesterday, as we expected, really. Not many fans looking forward to the coming season. A lot of people have already said that they weren't bothered about the fixtures. They weren't bothered about how anything was going to go this season, really. And it's understandable given the position we're in at the minute as a club. However, we start away at West Ham. We had a fantastic result there last season. Most of the match we played so well. 3-0 up in that game. It ended up obviously 3-2. Bit of a struggle and hanging on at the end, but we did the job. So hopefully we can go down there and do the same thing again. And then next game is at home to Brighton. Now, for me, the two opening games of the season are winnable games, but obviously it depends what tactics we play, who plays, and who we bring in, if anybody. So for me, a decent opening to the season. Obviously, we've got Tottenham after that. That's not so straightforward. What did catch my eye, though, was over the Christmas period, having to take on Man City on Boxing Day. Never an easy task for us. And obviously, being at home to Liverpool 2 days later. So absolutely horrific Christmas for us. It'll be interesting to see how we do, how the season's going by the time Christmas comes around, whether we'll actually be allowed back in the ground, etc. I don't expect to see a full St James's Park anyway, given what's going on at the moment. A lot of people not wanting to see the same old football that we played last year, which is understandable. We'll see what happens with the takeover. Moving on to signings. Absolutely crazy reports online about us going in for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Aaron Ramsey. Come on. Why would they come to Newcastle at the minute? You know, they look around, and fair enough, we've got an absolutely wonderful stadium, fantastic fan base, but they're playing under Steve Bruce. You know, that fantastic named manager that's famous all over the world for his wonderful management and all the trophies that he's won, etc. No, they're not going to come and play for Steve Bruce. They're not going to work for Mike Ashley. You know, it's worldwide renowned now how bad Mike Ashley is as an owner and how much he doesn't want to put anything else into the club. He doesn't want to do anything. The club has no ambition at the moment because we're waiting for new owners. Now, that is a problem. So we wait and see what happens after that. Jeff Hendrick, you know, that's very close. I've just seen online there that Steve Bruce has commented that it's just a formality now, so he should be, hopefully by the end of the weekend, a Newcastle player. But we heard that a few days ago. It was then said it would be done by the end of the week, and now it's saying weekend. You know, this is the thing with our signings. It just drags on and on and on, and it just doesn't seem to change. And that's the annoying thing about it. You know, we talk to a player and then it goes quiet, and then we don't sign them, or we get close and don't sign them. So it's very interesting to see what will happen with Hendrick. One guy that I thought was a very good player that we could have gone for was Antoine Robinson at Wigan Athletic. He's now signed for Fulham, so we've lost out to Fulham. And that's where we are at the minute. You know, we're losing out to these other clubs that, you know, a few years back we would never lose out to. Nobody would dream of going to Fulham ahead of Newcastle. But now they are, and that's the situation we find ourselves in. We're linked with Maitland-Niles today on loan from Arsenal. Decent young player. Obviously brought through the ranks at Arsenal, so he's definitely got a talent. So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to come or not. Again, it's a loan deal probably, so that's going to be what our sort of transfer market's going to be over the summer, isn't it? Mainly loans I can't see us buying anybody. We need to get players out the door. Deadwood, Aarons, Lazar, Henri Save, all of those we need to get them out the club. And rather on sort of full transfers than loans. They don't work. They just come back. They're just seeing out the contracts, taking the money in, and it's not right, is it? So for transfers, you can wipe Ibrahimovic away, you can wipe Aaron Ramsey away, because there's no way on earth those guys are going to come to the club. However, we'll see what happens over the next few days and week or so with regards to transfers. Fingers crossed we do bring in a striker, because if we don't, we're screwed. And I think every Newcastle fan knows that. However, again, it might just pop up one day that we've been talking to a striker and we've signed him. But again, with Newcastle, that famous line of getting things over the line will come to fruition again this year. I've got no doubt about it. Anyway, moving on to the takeover, it was interesting to see some tweets coming out today regarding PIF, PCP and the Reuben brothers are still interested in getting a deal done. And negotiations could possibly still be going on behind the scenes. Now, I believe, that is the case, and I have done for quite a while now, that I don't believe that everything just went done and dusted. I know some fans do, some fans don't, but I don't believe that. I think I was very, very confident that things were going on behind the scenes, a couple of weeks ago. My confidence has dwindled a little bit, but then I've seen those reports today that, it could still be resurrected. And for me, that can only be a good thing, because the other one seems to have gone quiet with Michael Chopper's bunch, but we'll soon... Again, we'll hear news about that, I guess, in the near future. So the takeover is still up in the air. The club's still all over the place. And we just have to trundle on as fans and fight the fight as we've been doing. Now, lastly, as I said, I want to talk about Jamil Lascelles. He came out in an interview today that I saw online, saying that the players are... hang on, I'll just read the quote there. Saying that there's no reason we can't give it a go. Now, give what a go, Jamal? We're talking about escaping relegation, being in the top 10, winning a trophy. For me, I don't think he should be saying that, because it gives the fans, again, false hope. We know as fans, and we won't be misled, how bad the squad is at the minute. And we're not going to be led down the garden path to think that, a few weeks since last season ended to this coming season, that players are going to have a mysterious turnaround and all be absolutely amazing. It doesn't work like that. So... for me, saying that is a bit sad, really, because he's expecting us fans to believe that. Personally, I don't. We've got an owner who doesn't have any ambition. We've got a manager who's pretty clueless when it comes to tactics and substitutions and putting players in the correct places. For me, it's not going to happen this season. I'm glad that he's confident, but maybe just turn around and say, we're ready to give this season a real good go, instead of just saying... what he did. It doesn't make sense, and that annoys me about footballers when they come out and say that. Yes, be confident, but don't go out and give the fans false hope. It's not on, really. But anyway, that's the latest news coming in at the minute. We've got nothing else to sort of bring you. We again look forward to seeing if we bring any players in. Hopefully more takeover talk. As soon as I hear any more news, I will do another video for you. And bring you up to date with anything that I know or that we've all heard and we want to talk about. And hopefully a video on a couple of new signings over the weekend, one being Jeff Hendrick, who, by the way, I must admit, I think is quite a decent player. I think he's took a lot of flack from Newcastle fans online. I'm not quite sure why, because he is a decent player and he is better than some of them that we've got at the minute. But obviously time will tell with that. But I'm quite looking forward to seeing him play for Newcastle. But in the meantime... catch me on Twitter at the Toon Review. I have lots of banter on there, news, reports, everything goes on there. You can catch me on Facebook at facebook.com/the Toon Review. That page is updated all the time. And obviously, if you like the video today, do subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell so you do know when I've uploaded a video. Do drop a like on this video if you have seen it. It means the world to us that I'm building my channel. It's getting there slowly and I will keep going. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Be strong.